And with that, we're going to get started here. Here we go. This is break 1162, the 2021 Select Baseball One Box Pick Your Team. I always like to count these select packs because of how they come out. There we go, 12 right there. Just because how they're like staggered in the box, I always get nervous. Liam Hendricks of the Chicago White Sox, followed up by Jahmai Jones of the Baltimore Orioles, headed to Toby. Then we have a Sensations Christian Pache of the Atlanta Braves, and that is going to be headed to Brett. Brett, welcome to BreakTraders, followed by Isaac Paredes of the Detroit Tigers, headed to Michael. And then we're going to have our first memorabilia of this break, and it is going to be a Jake Cronenworth RC patch of the San Diego Padres, headed to Landon. Right there. Alrighty, on to our second pack. We have Shane McCallahan of the Tampa Bay Rays, headed to Jamie RC, followed by Kyle Tucker of the Houston Astros, Justin Turner of the Los Angeles Dodgers, J.P. Crawford of the Mariners, and Luis Gonzalez of the Chicago White Sox, and that is going to be heading to Joseph. We have Trent Grisham of the Padres, Max Fried of the Atlanta Braves, followed up by Pete Alonso Moonshots of the New York Mets, going to Harry Hood, Ryan Castellani RC of the Colorado Rockies, and that is going to be going to Harry as well. And then our memorabilia is going to be an Adonis Medina RC. Adonis Medina of the Phillies, rookie patch auto, and that is 95 out of 299. And that is going to be headed to Chris. Chris, welcome to BreakTraders. And for all of you, there's a lot of new BreakTraders members in this break. Use promo code NEWBT for 20% off your first purchase. We have Jorge Oña of the San Diego Padres, and that is going to be going to Landon, followed up by a Sixto Sanchez RC, Sixto Sanchez of the Miami Marlins, and that is going to be headed to Peter. Followed up, it looks like we're going to have a nice little gold hit right here, and that is Keston Hiura Stars Edition, and that is 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10 of the Milwaukee Brewers, headed to Lucas. Look at that nice little low number right there. And we have been so hot with baseball lately. Following that up, we have Luis Campusano of the San Diego Padres, and that is going to Landon, followed by Jose Iglesias of the Los Angeles Angels. Looks like we have a thick card in here, and it's just a filler. We have an Alex Kirilloff RC of the Minnesota Twins going to Cynthia, followed by Max Scherzer of the Nationals, And then a tie-dye Marcus Seaman out of 20. The tie-dye Marcus Seaman out of 20 of the Toronto Blue Jays going to Gianna. I'm probably screwed up that pronunciation. I apologize about that. The Trey Turner of the Washington Nationals and Heimer Candelaro of the Detroit Tigers. Yeah, and our baseball is going to continue to get better for sure. We have Paul Goldschmidt of the St. Louis Cardinals. We have Rafael Marchand of the Philadelphia Phillies. Rafael Marchand, RC of the Phillies, headed to Chris. Then we have Matt Chapman, Stars edition of the Oakland Athletics, going to Harry. And Dansby Swanson of the Atlanta Braves, headed to Brett. And then another memorabilia, and this one is going to be a Tristan McKenzie rookie patch auto, also out of 299. That is 20 out of 299 of the Cleveland Guardians, going to Harry. I will double check to see if we'll have that on release date. If not, we'll be able to get it after it's released. Rafael Devers of Boston, Tyler Glasnow of the Tampa Bay Rays, Aaron Nola of the Phillies, a silver Ryan Weathers RC of the San Diego Padres heading to Landon, followed by Jorge Polanco of the Minnesota Twins going to Cynthia. A lot of the baseball got really pushed back, it just keeps getting pushed further and further back. I'll update the calendar tomorrow to reflect some of the new times. We have Letty Tavares, RC of the Texas Rangers, headed to Mark. Then we have Luis Garcia of the Houston Astros. Luis Garcia of the Houston Astros going to Joseph, followed up by a blue, and it is going to be a blue Mickey Moyniak RC out of 149 of the Philadelphia Phillies going to Chris. And then we have a silver Nolan Arenado of the St. Louis Cardinals headed to Lucas, followed up by Edward Olivares of the Kansas City Royals, and that is going to Peter. Oh, then I can get Prism Baseball, and I didn't realize it was released. My bad. Anola Paredes of the Houston Astros headed to Joseph, followed by Manny Machado of the San Diego Padres, a select silver 25th man Salvador Perez of the Kansas City Royals, and that is going to Peter. Followed by a Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Trevor's Story of the Colorado Rockies going to Harry, and then Gavin Lux of the Los Angeles Angels with the last card in that pack, and we got 3 packs left. Monte Harrison of the Miami Marlins headed to Peter. Monte Harrison of the Marlins headed to Peter, followed by Tristan McKenzie of the Cleveland Guardians, and that is going to Harry. We're going to have a Chris Bryant, the Chris Bryant Electricity of the Chicago Cubs, and that is going to Cynthia right there. Followed by a Noah Syndergaard of the New York Mets, going to Harry. And then our memorabilia here is going to be Chris Bubich right there with the big patch, the monster patch of the Kansas City Royals. Trevor Story of the Rockies, Tim Anderson of the White Sox, a red Keegan Akin out of 199 of the Baltimore Orioles headed to Toby, followed by the filler card right there, a Phenoms Austin Meadows of the Tampa Bay Rays going to Jamie. And then Chris Bassett of the Oakland Athletics going to Harry. Here we go. We have Eloy Jimenez of the Chicago White Sox going to Joseph. Chris Bryant of the Cubs headed to Cynthia. Will Castro Silver Select of the Detroit Tigers headed to Michael. Followed up by Mookie Betts of the Dodgers and Dean Kremer of the Baltimore Orioles RC going to Toby. Alrighty, let's run these rooks down before we get into our featured cards. Dean Kremer of the Orioles, the Phenoms Austin Meadows of the Tampa Bay Rays, the Red Keegan Aiken of the Baltimore Orioles, Tristan McKenzie of the Guardians, Monte Harrison of the Miami Marlins, Enola Paredes of the Astros, Edward Olivares of the Royals, Luis Garcia of the Houston Astros, Letty Tavares of the Texas Rangers, a silver Ryan Reathers of the Padres going to Landon, Rafael Marchand of the Phillies headed to Chris, Alex Kirilloff of the Minnesota Twins going to Cynthia, followed by Luis Campusano of the San Diego Padres heading to Landon, Sixto Sanchez of the Marlins headed to Peter, Jorge Oña of the Padres going to Landon, Ryan Castellani of the Rockies to Harry, Luis Gonzalez of the Chicago White Sox going to Joseph, Shane McCallahan of the Tampa Bay Rays to Jamie, Isaac Paredes of the Tigers going to Michael, the Sensations Christian Pache of the Atlanta Braves to Brett, and Jahmai Jones of the Orioles to Toby. And now on to the featured cards. The out of 149, Mickey Moyniak RC, and the out of 20, Marcus Semien of the Toronto Blue Jays. Marcus of the Blue Jays going to Flyby, and Mickey Moyniak of the Philadelphia Phillies going to Chris. Both first-timers with BreakTraders. Thanks for joining us this evening. And then we're going to have our two of our rookie big patches. We have Jake Cronenworth of the Padres, Chris Bubik of Kansas City, and then our rookie patch autos, Tristan McKenzie and Adonis Medina. Adonis Medina of the Philadelphia Phillies headed to Chris. Tristan McKenzie of the Cleveland Guardians to Harry. Then we have Jake Cronenworth of the Padres going to Landon, and Chris Bubik of the Kansas City Royals headed to Peter. And last but not least, we have the out of 10, Keston Hiura of the Milwaukee Brewers. And that is going to be 1 out of 10. And that is heading to Lucas. And with that, we are done with break 1162. We will be right back from BT Field.